This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are here at the Larimer Catering. Since 2007, they have been providing service solely to the business community in corporate catering throughout Denver. Let me ask you first of all, Jacqueline, 2007 you started the company up here. What is it that got you involved in this line of work?
Well, I've always been in food and beverage, involved in food and beverage in some way or another, whether it's waiting tables or behind the bar. I grew up in San Francisco, and I started then, and I was sales rep for beverage companies out there. My husband got transferred out here, so I didn't really have any formal education, but I always cooked. My grandmother taught me how to cook. When I was younger, that brought on my love of cooking, and so since I didn't have a network of friends to come out here with, as my husband did, because all of his coworkers came out here with him, I decided I was going to take myself to culinary school and get the formal education. And so I started there, went through culinary school, and I started off working as a salad prep cook in a private dining club down in Greenwood Village, and then worked my way through all the lines, through every position in the line, and eventually became the executive sous chef there at the private club. And then I decided to move on, and I went and followed the executive chef who left, and then we went our separate ways, and eventually my husband and I decided we were going to start actually a tofu cake making company. A bunch of friends that I had were vegans, wanted some kind of dessert that was not a cheesecake but tasted like cheesecake, so I started doing tofu. That's how we got to this place, the Denver Commissary, and we started doing tofu cakes. There wasn't a big market for it at the time because it was just kind of early on, and people were more interested in eating savory foods as opposed to desserts and buying those. So I started working for the original owner of this commissary, who had a little catering company. Then he sold it, and the new owner wanted just the commissary facility, was not interested at all in a small catering company, and I worked a deal with him. Eventually my husband and I bought it outright within a year, and then I made it my own company, and then my husband took on sales, and he was the one that hoofed it, and decided to go out to all the large businesses out there in downtown Denver, and got a lot of our business from that. So
Interesting. What a great story. Quite honestly, you basically came out here not knowing anybody. Now you're serving a lot of people out here. You're really just minutes from downtown Denver. Quite honestly, the wheels of commerce, they never stop working down there. But obviously, while that work goes on, people need to be nourished. They got to get their brains fed, their minds fed, and that's what you do for these people.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. And it's not just the private sector. We do government. I do local, city, state, and on the federal level. We've delivered a lot of food to the Capitol building, city and county building, the Webb building downtown. So we get around. RTD is one of our big clients, and so as well as a bunch of law firms and accounting firms.
An impressive array of people that you provide for. What size of groups are you able to handle up to?
Well, anywhere from, our minimum usually is about 10 people, smallest, and then we can go 300, 500, it all depends on what the type of function is. We started out as corporate caterers, and eventually some of the people that I catered to in the law firms and some of those businesses decided they wanted to hire us for private parties in their homes. So it's just branched out from there, and I didn't turn the business away.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, like you said, with functions, it's something that happens all day, sometimes in the morning till wee hours of night. Let's start off first of all with your breakfast menu. What are some of the favorites you're able to offer on there?
Oh gosh, well, we go from anywhere from handheld breakfast burritos. Everybody loves those. So usually breakfast burritos are the main. If they've got a meeting on the go, they want something that they can just grab and eat while they're sitting down. We do full-on hot buffets, which are, tomorrow, for instance, we're doing a full breakfast for one of our big companies. Scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, hash browns, fresh fruit, juice, you name it. And also I don't just stick with the hard paper menu that we've got. If somebody wants something special, we don't have it on our menu, but a yogurt buffet, healthier options, we do that as well. plethora of yogurts, different toppings, granolas, fresh fruit, dried fruit, nuts, things like that. And I the kind that doesn't have a really hard set menu. If somebody wants something special, I'm willing to work with them, also within their budget. Some firms, they have budget constraints, so I try to do whatever I can to stretch that budget and give them the best value for their money.
Wonderful. Obviously, like you said, you're a native of San Francisco. Share with us what goes into a San Francisco, what do they call that? Joe's Special?
Joe's Special. Oh, that one, it's one of my favorites. It was hard to sell other people on out here who weren't familiar with it, but it's basically fluffy scrambled eggs. We saute up ground beef, spinach, mushrooms, scramble that into the eggs, and then we top it all with Parmesan cheese. And that's been a favorite of San Francisco's, along with sourdough toast in the morning.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, like you say, functions, they go from the morning to the evening. What do you have on that lunch special? Many times they need a quick lunch box. Is that something you provide as well?
Sure. We do box lunches. We've got, with our box lunches, we do a variety of sandwiches, specialty sandwiches, and with that comes our house-made pasta salad, which we make from scratch here, and we make our own pesto because there's so many dietary restrictions these days. I prefer not to buy bottled pesto. I make my own with fresh spinach, lemon juice, garlic, olive oil. That's pretty much it, and salt and pepper. I don't put any cheese or nuts in it because of all the nut and the dairy allergies. So that, and we do fresh cut fruit with it. They get a sandwich or a wrap. We do those. We can do full-on hot buffets for you. One of our specialties is, and I can never take it off the menu no matter how many times I change out the menu, is a sweet basil chicken. And it's grilled chicken breasts with a sweet basil cream sauce, and it's made with fresh chiffonata basil. We serve with our herb and garlic mashed potatoes and our vegetable of the day. And all of our hot buffets include a mixed green salad and a dessert tray. So, yeah.
Interesting. So you're definitely providing nourishment for folks out there in the business world, but it's more than nourishment. It's actually very tasty, what you pride yourself on doing. Obviously, one of the meals that you really demonstrate that well is that of a dinner buffet. I mean, you guys have quite an amazing menu. I look on that there, and you're talking about people can actually choose a couple entrees if that's so desired.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. If they want to work a special menu and have a double entree, I'll work with them, and I'll do a special budget for that. So nothing is out of control. I can pretty much do whatever you want me to do.
Like you said, you've got menus that really entice somebody's taste buds, but honestly, if they've got something in mind, they simply give you a call. You take those special requests, be it a vegetarian that maybe needs something, you can take care of it, be it a special gluten-free, you name it, you can do that. What about something on the lighter side, maybe just an hors d'oeuvre menu? Is that something you provide?
Sure, we do. We'll do a bunch of different, you can choose, like I said, if you give me your budget, you tell me what you want. The event is only 2 hours long, or the event is 4 hours long. You want a variety of past hors d'oeuvres as well as stationary hors d'oeuvres. We'll do that, cheese platters, fruit platters, veggie platters, and then we'll do some hot meatballs, past hors d'oeuvres, skewers, things like that. Whatever you want. We can do themed parties if you want it all Italian food. We can do an Italian themed buffet. If you want Asian style, we can do that as well.
Sounds like you've had a lot of fun doing this through the past few years. I mean, it's really something I can see you enjoy. Obviously, speaking of enjoyment, like you said, people not only wanted to bring you out of the business environment, but into their fun time as well. You even offer corporate picnics as well?
We do. Yes, we do. Actually, for one of our really big corporate clients, we did their summer company picnic out there at Cherry Creek Reservoir, and that was for about 300 people. So did a barbecue out there for them, grilled hamburgers, hot dogs, brats.
Had a lot of fun and good food as well. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is their website. Basically, that is larimercatering.com. If you go check out the website, you're going to see those menus that we've spoke about a little bit more in depth. But keep in mind, like she said, the menus are a great base to start out with speaking. But honestly, if you want something more, she can take it a different level for you. Let her know your budget, because she definitely understands the constraints of budgets for corporate world America, and she can work with you as well. Let me ask you this. Colorado is getting pretty well known for filmmaking here. What about those crews out there that are making films? Is this something you are able to do?
Oh yes, we've done quite a few film production crews out here, different locations, and a lot of people, they're kind of scared. They're hesitant to ask me. I said, well, what time do you want that breakfast delivered? And it's a lot of times it's on location. There is no physical address because it's out in the middle of nowhere. So they say, well, is 5:30 in the morning a little too early? And I said, no, not at all. I mean, we want to catch the area before the light comes out, and I totally understand that. We work with their time constraints as well. Sometimes the crew has to eat at a certain time so they can start filming again. We've gone to sound stages and, like I said, all over Denver.
So you understand deadlines. Being corporate America, absolutely. Last time, folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen. The website is right there. Keep in mind also her phone contact is there as well. From 2007, they've been providing a service that's solely focused on the business corporate world. They're just minutes away from downtown Denver, so they are definitely guaranteed able to bring that meal straight to you, and it's definitely something that you're going to love. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.
The emotional toll that financial stress can bring is why we offer debt relief services. Attorney Kevin Heipel has served over 5,000 clients. His qualified staff in each location understands how liberating it is to have your debt eliminated and your credit restored. We give you the personal attention you deserve, like we have for thousands of satisfied clients. We help good people like you get out of debt.
Canine Rehabilitation and Conditioning Group leads the industry of animal rehabilitation, and our caring team will help your dog or cat to feel stronger, move better, and get back into the game of life. Our rehabilitation experts are leading the industry of restoring quality of life to geriatric, injured, overweight, post-operative, and neurological or otherwise compromised dogs through physical therapy and integrative veterinary approaches.
Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. You too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world.
This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at Colorado's finest real estate. Since 2010, this locally owned and operated brokerage has been providing the tools and the experience for folks out there, whether buying or selling real estate here in Denver. I'm with the owner, Joseph. First of all, let's begin for the folks out there. Share with them a little bit about your past as far as what got you involved in this type of industry.
Well, real estate has always been something I've been attracted to. Beautiful homes, aesthetics, neighborhoods. I think what really got me involved was just great aspect here in Denver for getting to know people through a process of making a life change. Everybody calls a home for a reason, outside of just four walls and a ceiling. So I love what I do, and I basically just got involved because I had a passion for people and a passion for being a part of this process.
Whether folks are relocating from another state or from somewhere else, or possibly just moving within our city here, you really pride yourself on the fact of knowing the best neighborhoods in Denver. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got a great website, denvercofinestrealty.com, and if you go, I've got a link to all the top best Denver neighborhoods for you to check out, explore pictures, see what's for sale, everything else. Luckily, Denver has a ton of amazing neighborhoods, You can get in the low side and the low 100s up to, Cherry Hills Village, where you're in the multi-millions.
So regardless of if we're talking about a first-time buyer looking for that starter home or somebody who is a repeat buyer, you truly are there to basically navigate them through that process.
Well, absolutely. The brokerage is not defined on the value of the home. It's on the value of the business and the service that we can offer. So, I created the brokerage and the name Colorado's Finest simply to be the best in the business there for the clients, and simply start to finish, just an amazing process. And so far, we've done well. We're ranked in the top 5 of all brokerages in Denver for 1 to 5 agents, and at the time that was just me. So definitely have the performance. And then luckily, last 2 years running, we've been in 5280 magazine, 5-star real estate agents. So that's just based on people having a great experience.
It's an exciting time to be buying a home, but then again, it can be stressful. I mean, quite honestly, what are some of the things that folks can do before they walk in the office here? What are some of the documents they can have ready for you to make that process easier?
On our side, it's pretty simple. If you're going to be doing financing, you need to speak with a lender. You need to have a dialogue before you ever start and go look out at properties, because you want to make sure you know what you can afford on a monthly basis, and that sticker shock isn't going to be an issue. So financing is usually number one before we get in the car and start looking at properties. Outside of that, that's why you have a good broker, is just to make sure that they can kind of coach you through the process, start to finish, have some level of expectations, what this market's doing, just what the real estate market in Colorado is like, pitfalls, pluses, all of that, just so that, they can have some sort of expectation of beginning to end of what they will encounter.
And as a professional, basically, you're able to help folks understand putting offers together, making sure they're getting the most home for their money.
Right. A lot of real estate agents get the title sales. The business is in fact the purchase and sales. The way I look at it is I'm more of a consultant. I'm here to just make sure you have all the information so you make an educated decision. I can't sell you $1 million house or a $100,000 house. You'll do that for yourself. But what I do is make sure that you have all the keys to make the process and the situation make sense, a proper success. So the documents, as far as the contractual obligations and everything else, that's really once you found the right house. And then from there, it's knowing what contingencies are there to protect you. So if trouble should arise throughout your investigation of the inspections of the property, your financing, other things, it's really there to protect you. In Colorado, we're a buyer favorable state. So that contract is there to make sure that the buyer knows what they're getting into and has the opportunity, if necessity, to terminate and move on.
Interesting. So you're providing your passion, your experience, really in all aspects of real estate. But one of the niches that you enjoy is luxury homes and those neighborhoods. Share with me why that is.
The luxury home market in particular, you just get to see some very unique properties, top to bottom, from the inclusions, the condition, and the neighborhoods. So you get a little diversity, but I work with all buyers, luxury all the way on down to, condominiums. So, but in my eyes, I think at the end of the day, as long as everybody's happy, everybody's going to be in the right place.
Let me ask you this, an exciting time to be in the real estate industry right now. Is basically technology making it easier for folks to be able to access this information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Quite honestly, anymore, we can have an app or help as close as our hand right there on our phone.
No, absolutely. One thing that we do for all of our listings is we actually do a walking tour. So we have software that does 360 vertical and horizontal, so you can actually walk the neighborhood, walk the block, walk the house, walk the rooms, everything. And our website, we integrate with Google Maps, so you can walk the block. You can actually turn around, see what the neighbors are doing and everything else. We incorporate such features like walk scores. You can see where the coffee shop is, the restaurants, everything else to where a property you're looking at. So if you're in North Carolina or downtown New York, you're going to be able to see exactly where you're at here in Colorado virtually. So the website is huge, and I think 90% of all buyers go online before they even talk to a realtor. So having that presence is key, which we're very proud we've got a good presence online. And two, having the right tools so somebody can do as much as they can virtually. Because it's difficult not being there in person. You don't get quite the same feel, but if there's enough tweaks and tools and other things, you can get as close to that as possible.
Quite a big difference from just 10, 15 years ago when you had an MLS book printed up and had to scan through it. I mean, quite honestly, now with the IDX listing that you're a part of, you're not only able to take a look at the homes, but you're really able, like you say, take a look at what's in the area around you.
Oh yeah, and we can integrate neighborhoods, demographics, weather, climate, anything, because technology is so vast and exploitive. You can integrate it in so many ways. So we've taken a huge advantage of that at the get-go, because I do work with a lot of buyers, I do work with a lot of sellers, and especially when markets are declining, the buyer pool is the best place to be working. And when markets are like now, where sales are going up, it's best to be on the sales side. So technology is really the key to really introducing that market to Colorado real estate, and at the same time giving them the tools to help educate themselves.
Regardless of selling or buying, basically you're there for folks as well. Folks out there that are selling their home, needing to relocate, obviously they're looking for a nice quick sale. Are you able to help them price their home accordingly, so make sure their home doesn't sit on the market too long, and helping them basically stage it and get it ready?
Absolutely. The key to sitting down with any seller is having your homework done. So one thing I do is I tour all the active competition before I go and price their home. I need to see what they're working against or what is going to help sell their property before we can really have an educated conversation. So absolutely, staging recommendations are key, depersonalizing, decluttering, elements like that. If it's vacant, taking the next steps and adding a few pieces so you can really have them enjoy the home. Blank slate, some people like that. Most people, they want to see what furniture looks like in there. Pricing is definitely the key to determining how long the property will be on the market. Every market's a little different. I have luxury homes in Erie, Colorado, where you've got 3+ acres. In a more rural setting, you could have high days of market just simply because of that type of product. But in most of our Denver neighborhoods, the market being as good as it is, anywhere from a couple of days to a month or so is pretty typical now. Not where it was in the past, but understanding that and kind of sitting down with the sellers and knowing what their goals are as well to kind of really formulate a strategic plan.
So basically, unlike many of these out-of-state owned brokerages that we have here in Denver, you truly are locally owned, operated, homegrown. Obviously, important giving back to Denver. Is that something you pride yourself on, as well as getting to know the people?
Absolutely. Our core values are to manifest success for our clients while giving back to the community. So last year, we've donated over 35 different charities as part of a closing gift. Colorado's finest is made up of its neighbors. So we are all Colorado's finest, the way I look at it. So being an active part of the community is very important to us. So that is one important goal. Being green is also an effort. There's so much technology out there to reduce waste. So we do all of our contracts paperlessly. We do most of our marketing paperlessly. In fact, I have an all-weather brochure and a listing sign, so nobody takes away brochures. I have QR technology so people can use their smartphones and mobile websites. So there's a lot of way of communicating and doing real estate while being green. And then, the other thing is always just taking care of those that are around us. That's important to us also.
Great. So technology and people, you basically all have it covered here. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You're going to see his website. On the website, you're going to see some real helpful links. A couple of the links there are set up for buyers, also set up for sellers. And most importantly, their contact information is right there in front of you. Remember, that is the Colorado's finest real estate. Real estate in Denver is vast and various, so obviously it helps to have a professional that understands you, your lifestyle, your needs. It's priceless. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.
full-service barbershop that caters to men's unique style and personality. Stylists are trained in shaving, haircutting, beard trimming, and designing, shampooing, and styling. Escape into a world of total comfort, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Treat yourself to an experience of a quality haircut, face shaves with a straight razor or safety razor, massage therapy, manicure, pedicure, color, or wax performed by the specially selected Knockouts girls. Indulge yourself with a unique Knockouts cut, style, or other grooming service. Our first-class service includes today's most advanced coloring and hair management techniques and products. Our staff are specially selected and your services are assured. As always, walk-ins are welcome. Don't leave your appearance to just any salon. You deserve the best in men's hair care and grooming. Knockouts, the best place for men's hair care and grooming.